This being his 8th fight, very experienced. Fought as heavy as heavyweight, dropped down to 205, now down again at 185. Martin Pineda's got a fun style, representing Dark Side and 4-ounce Fight Club.
Yeah, we've been watching Pineda for a very long time, all different weight classes, so he's got that experience, big guys, slightly smaller big guys, slightly smaller than the slightly smaller big guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, Pineda's fun too. He will wing big punches. He fights at a high pace. He's a good brown belt in jiu-jitsu. I'd be curious if that's even ranked up since. I don't know. Something I can maybe ask him in the cage after, if he finds himself with his hand being raised. But Martin Pineda, he's such an easy guy to root for. He's such an easy guy to be a fan of because of the fighting spirit he brings into the cage.
Yeah, for sure. He's one of those guys who's excited to make the walk, excited to get the cage door shut, excited to hear that first bell. And I'm really looking forward to just the opening first 30 seconds of this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Pineda making his way into the cage. It's funny, everyone, you know, kind of sees Pineda as, he should be a grappler, but I'll tell you, he prefers to just stand and bang. He'll throw all of his weight into the shots. He keeps a pretty high pace. He's fought 5 rounds a couple of times, man. We'll see our tail of the tape. Really understanding the size and experience of these guys. Great matchup, both guys 30 years old. Anthony Mcbride with the height advantage, both guys coming in under the 186-pound limit. Experience on both sides. Let's get these middleweights underway. Here's Wayne.
The following contest is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series middleweight division and is brought to you by Loaded Pistols Fightwear. Featuring exclusive designs available only today in the arena. Lock, load, shoot for your dreams with Loaded Pistols. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This paradigm mixed martial artist stands 6 feet tall and he weighed in officially at 184.2 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, only 1 defeat. Here is Anthony, top-ranked player Mcbride. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This 4-ounce fighter, representing the dark side, stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 185.2 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, by way of Guerrero, Mexico, he holds an amateur record of 4 wins, 3 losses. Here is Martin Pineda. Your referee in charge of the action, Professor Joe Solis.
All right, middleweights, light heavyweights, and heavyweights, my most favorite fights to watch. Just the concept that you know that there's a big possibility of a big overhand right happening, and then the fight being done is just so, I can't close my eyes almost.
That's a good low kick there from Martin. Brian got a good little bounce in his step. Martin trying to slow that down by attacking those legs with heavy kicks early on.
McBride's just staying real long with that jab and that inside kick.
That kick deflected. Ooh. So that one was like kind of checked, but it still wrapped around and hit the muscle on the outside of that calf.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt both of them.
That's usually what happens with calf kicks. Martin in on a double leg. It's actually nice to see him use his ground game. He rarely does. I mean, he usually kind of stands and throws. using the body type, using the experience to find a takedown, get early top position, make the opponent carry the weight.
In the beginning, Mcbride was so poised and patient with just finding that long jab and that lead side kick. You know, the grappling, he's got not half guard, you got kind of like a butterfly in with one of the legs captured. Looks like,
yeah, it's his
and
upper body. It's him holding Martin on top of him that inevitably gave Martin the pass. Like, I know you want to try to hold them close so they can't punch, but in doing that, you're holding them in that losing position.
Yeah.
You got to frame and create space. Martin really getting a lot of working with his cross faces. Round one really does come to a close. It seems pretty quick, only 30 seconds remain.
And this is going to be a hard position to escape. You know, being not only a BJJ brown belt, but Martin is, I mean, there's no, bridging is not going to help you right now because of all of the top pressure. Unless we can use a little bit of a wall walk, maybe.
Martin looking for some ground and pound.
A couple
Finding
extra
it.
shots to seal the deal.
Round one comes to a close. That's a Martin Pineda round. Mcbride not quite really able to get much going. He was kind of finding his range, and by the time he was starting to get a little more comfortable, he was taken down and stuck in that bottom side control. Nice, that was the double leg. Got his hands connected around the long legs of Mcbride and topples him over.
It's the problem tall people have. It's when they have too much leg.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have that problem, but.
All right. Mcbride's coaches are trying to get him fired up. Sometimes you just got to go out there and fight. Just throw punches as hard as you can and try not to get hit as much as you hit your opponent.
Yeah, I think that's something people forget about fighters. They oftentimes forget that they're so, this is what I got to do, this is what I don't got to do. They forget to just punch the other guy in the face.
Yeah. And sometimes it is that, I mean, sometimes the game plan can be that easy and effective. And Mcbride already fighting with a bit more urgency.
Yeah, definitely more speed on the side of Mcbride.
Oh my.
That was an odd way to set up a head kick.
Yeah, like a switch stance punch kick.
Ooh. Back in on the takedown attempt is Martin.
You see Mcbride trying to split his base. Use that shallow right underhook to lift Martin Pineda's hands as high as he can.
He's got both underhooks in, just not fit all the way in.
Yeah.
There's that right side underhook is starting to dig in a little bit deeper, and then Martin finishes the takedown. Looks like Martin might have been looking for a head and arm. Mcbride just can't quite get his frames in the way he needs to. You know, it's one of those basics of half guard. Be on your side, have your underhook, block the crossface. If you don't follow these little tiny details from this position exactly, you'll be having a hard time escaping this.
Yeah,
battle.
so you notice that left arm of Mcbride, it's kind of, he started in this position. When he got double legged, his hands were here, and they've really not left that. Now, will he get blasted with big ground and pound? No. But will he get up? Also, no. You gotta let him go and push away. Dig an underhook, wrestle up on a leg, or even Mcbride could use that right hand and elbow to frame on that left knee of Pineda and try to recover full guard.
And that's one of those scenarios in the gym you tell your students, like, hey, you're gonna eat a punch or two, but you're gonna escape. Or if you don't follow these steps, you're gonna eat 20 punches and then get TKO.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you just gotta kind of bite down and go.
Pineda's on a Kimura. Mcbride, though, extended that arm straight and broke the grip of Pineda. Again, one strong takedown and a little bit of top control, and you'll see these amateur 3-minute rounds start to really slip away from you.
Yeah. It's one thing about the time, that 3 minutes to that 5 minutes, it really is such a substantial change from amateur to pro. And
Nice
Martin
passing them
now
out.
in full mount, 20 seconds to work. Good ground and pound from Martin to finish the round out. That's a tough one for Mcbride. You know, going back into the corner, the cornermen, I mean, have to be telling him, like, we're down 2.
You got to find a finish.
We have to find the finish. Both of the rounds were kind of the same for Mcbride on how he started and entered. So does that like your #1 style? Do you have something else you might be able to bring out to change the rhythm of the fight?
You just, he's shooting double legs, and he say, hey, throw a Hail Mary knee or an uppercut, but you gotta bomb him. You gotta knock him out in this last round or you're gonna lose.
That is one of the best things about MMA, though, is you could just throw one good right hand and
that's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Lost a fight for 2 rounds, won a fight in 5 seconds.
Yep. And then all the previous action does not matter.
Yeah. Closing statements from the coaches, and then round 3 is underway.
Yeah, after this, we were supposed to have the 25 title, 35, and 45 titles consecutively, but what we have is a featured catchweight next. I'll explain more during the walkout.
Ooh, a little too excited on that slip.
Even if Mcbride were to get this takedown, I mean, he's gotta have to find a submission or TKO. And from what we've seen in the past 2 rounds, I just don't know if he's gonna have the advantage in the grappling. What he should do, Mcbride, is fight the hands. I mean, fight Martin's hands, clear your head, and then go back to hit him with the chaos style. And if I'm Martin, I'm hanging out here all day in a front headlock.
Yep.
Not only could he perhaps improve his guillotine chances, but
And he's also getting plenty of time to rest. I mean, it is the 3rd round, and they are 85ers, so they're probably a little bit tired.
yeah, Joe Solis was having no part in. Yeah, that's good. That's what Mcbride needs. Got to rush him.
But then rush to separate and strike,
Yeah.
and not get caught in his tie-up. You know, this is one of those things, too, you don't, when you're training for MMA fights, you have to train for this wall scenario of having a big old giant guy pin you on your back, not be able to get up, but also having a guy tie you up, keep your arms locked in place with double overhooks. Like, you have to be able to tug yourself out of there. It's one thing that I try to tell the amateurs, the young pros, like, hey, learn how to fight in the cage, because there's a style to it for sure.
It's got to be a record double separation. Again, I mean, that stinks for Mcbride that he got taken down. Great for Martin, but that's what he needed. That's what Mcbride needs. He needed to rush him and try to land big shots. It's good to see him going for it too.
1 minute left in the 3rd round. Martin Pineda on top in half guard.
Ah, the bottom half guard Americana. Normally, you'd say, what's he doing? But man, we saw Pro Fury fight.
Yeah.
A guy broke another guy's arm with an Americana from a bottom turtle double overhook scenario. It was the most wild thing I've ever seen. It's funny, I tell my students, no matter the martial art, every technique has a time and place. Sometimes it is only one time and place, meaning it's not super valuable. But I mean, you got to respect every technique given the appropriate scenario.
I think my favorite bottom bad position submission is that Ezekiel.
That Alex Olenek hits
yeah.
from bottom out, yeah.
You're like, I'm winning the fight. And then you go to sleep.
And then they tap, yeah. Martin swinging big to finish out this 3rd round. I mean, yeah, pretty dominant victory there for Martin Pineda. Really putting his experience to use there. I mean, usually I'd say unofficially he wins all 3 rounds, but this one,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say it. Martin winning this fight 30-27.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really those double legs of Martin Pineda that allowed him to get on top and really stay on top. He had some good ground and pound moments too. All right, I see Wayne over at the commissioner's table. I mean, pretty standard match. There's a ton of matches like this. One fighter just able to edge out the other fighter, takes him down, controls him on top. No guy really took any huge shots, no big submission attempts. Just good old-fashioned control and ground and pound.
Sometimes you want the big finish, you want the fast finish, or the last second finish. But sometimes you just want your fight camp to come to a close and say, I hammered out the details and got it all done.
You got the win, that's right. Yeah, and Pineda's last fight, he fought Dorian Bryant for the 185 strap. Bryant won that fight with an armbar. Bryant, I believe, is contending for the welterweight strap as well. Rare to see a double Fury amateur champ. A loss that has aged quite well for what it's worth. Here's Wayne with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by Loaded Pistols Fightwear. All 3 judges scored the fight 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Martin Pineda.